Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to the Southern Cross University Open Day today. And the panel session you're about to sit in on now is for computing and IT. So today you are going to hear all you need to know about studying computing and IT at Southern Cross. My name's Bill. I'm from the Office of Engagement here at the university. It's a very fancy way to say that I'm a marketing manager here, who does a multiple of different roles, including moderating panel sessions. So I hope you enjoy it today. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional lands of the Yugambeh language region, and I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. We're joined by a wonderful panel here today, so you're in for quite a treat. We have with us Professor Haifeng Shen, who is the Professor for Information Technology within the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Haifeng has been continuously working in academia across multiple institutions around the world, including Nanyang Technology University in Singapore, Flinders and Australian Catholic University. Welcome. We also have Jonathan Gonzalez Botero with us. Jonathan completed his master's degree at Southern Cross in 2022. He currently works as a full stack developer at Sync, is that correct? Cinch, a local software-based company on the Gold Coast, and he has a wealth of experience working in the IT industry. And Marisha Apade also joins us. Marisha is a recent Master of Information Technology graduate from Southern Cross. She's interested in front-end designing and understanding the user's perspective while designing an end product. I think you'll agree these three people, between them, have so much knowledge about this particular space, and we're going to hear all about it very soon. Haifeng, I'm going to start with you. So I know our Bachelor of Information Technology degree has professional accreditation with the Australian Computer Society. Can you explain to everybody why that is so important in this course?
Thanks, Bill. I'd just like to acknowledge that our courses are accredited by Australian Computer Society. And this is a professional body that accredits all the courses offered by almost all the IT courses offered in Australian universities. They also accredit courses overseas. So accreditation by Australian Computer Society is a quality assurance of courses. Basically, they will assess our courses in terms of teaching quality, the relevance to industry, the core body of knowledge, all sorts of things. If we get the accreditation, that means our course has met the requirements. And the graduate with the accredited course will get industry recognition. So it is very important to every IT courses that needs to be accredited by Australian Computer Society.
Fantastic. And I know we've spoken before about our smaller class sizes here at Southern Cross and the need to constantly upgrade. You were very passionate when you were telling me about how we're constantly upgrading the course so that it's providing the cutting edge. Can you explain a bit more about that and why it is so important in this industry?
Yeah, and as everyone knows, that IT is a rapidly evolving industry because there are so many things, we're talking about cybersecurity, AI, in the past we have VR, all sorts of things. So it's changing so fast. If our courses are not in pace with the development, then we are not teaching the latest technology to our students. So it's very important for us to constantly review our courses and also update our courses, not only just the course, but also the units, the content, the materials, and the way we teach our students all need to be upgraded. And at the moment that we offer specializations in software development, in big data, and in cybersecurity, and in the future we're offering other things in AI, cybersecurity, all sorts of things. So it's very important for us to constantly review our courses and also update. And also I want to mention that Australian Computer Society actually re-accredits our course every 3 years. So they also want to make sure that our courses are stay up to date.
That's fantastic. So I'm going to ask our two graduates here now, Jonathan and Marisha. You've both decided to go into this fast-moving industry. And when we met last week, it was one thing you all sort of agreed on, that, it's changing constantly. So doing the degree here at Southern Cross, how has that set you both up for that sort of foundation of constantly changing and understanding what's going on in your industry?
So I think with the way we are taught, like especially in a bachelor and master's level, the way we are taught, like with the content of the units that's going on, all of this, it's really keeping up with what is going on the industry, because it's really important to know every day there's changes going on, like with ChatGPT. The way ChatGPT was being used last year and the way it is being used now has completely changed, and that has really impacted the way we study IT as well. So I believe there is always a new change going on, and it's really important to stay on top of it. And with the way we are being delivered and taught, it is doing a great job.
Fantastic. Jonathan, can you add to that?
Yeah, basically for me, it was pretty impressive when I was studying here. That's because of the courses that I was taking at that moment were so updated. And especially nowadays where as you mentioned, that the technology is like it's evolving and growing so fast. For me at that time was very important for my foundational knowledge. And that's because when you are doing a master, you need to get updated with everything, and you need to know what's happening. And obviously, because you are the most important one in order to grow and to learn the new things, it's important that the university itself is helping you with that career path. So that was very important for my career and for my foundational knowledge as well.
That's great. And I think it's a great moment to note that in the graduate outcomes survey, they listed us, Southern Cross, as 86% of our graduates are employed within 4 months of completion. I think we have to remember that when you're coming to university and you're studying, you want that outcome. You want a career at the end of it. So just bear in mind that, 86% within 4 months of graduating, which is fantastic. So, Marishi, you're in a quite a unique position because you can talk about the Southern Cross model, and having done your undergrad in the traditional 12-week term and your master's in the Southern Cross 6-week term. Can you explain the benefits of that 6-week term and how it helped you focus?
Yeah, definitely. So traditionally, like everyone, the way that universities teach is semesters and trimesters that everyone is aware of. But the way Southern Cross does is by 6-week term, and that term goes on for 5 times in a year. So you have approximately 5 terms, and you do 6 weeks in each term. So basically, you're just focusing on 1 or 2 subjects at a time, and that really helps you to keep up with the assessments and also the content that is being taught. Like for me, I think it really helped me to get better grades and also to understand the content really well, because if you're focusing on 3 or 4 different types, like that didn't really work for me in my undergrad, and I really struggled with getting good grades. I was always an average student in my undergrad, but with my master's I was able to get really good grade and also understand what is being delivered to me. So yeah, definitely 6-week worked really well for me.
That's great. Jonathan, you didn't do the 6-week term, but can you give some advice to any future students here onto why they should be coming to Southern Cross University?
Yeah, of course. Something that I was very impressed with what you mentioned is that you are rapidly changing and updating the courses, right? So I think that's very important because, as everyone knows, like the technology is like growing so fast and changing all the time. So it's very important that the university is doing that and you are updating all the courses. And I think that's the most valuable thing from the university point of view, because you are focused on the student and you are focused on how the students can grow in their career. So which is very important. And it's something that I'm super happy with that, because at that time for me it was very impressive and important for my career. And although I need to learn every day for like the new technologies and the new things that are coming up, getting the foundational things or knowledge, as I said, is very important. And I think that's why Southern Cross University is doing very great in that terms. Because if you compare, it's quite difficult, to get that engagement from the students. Also for the courses as well. So I would say that's very important from Southern Cross University.
And would you have any advice for future students on if they want to go into the industry that you're into?
Yeah, of course. I think that's very important for the students, that it's not only the university what you learn, like it's not just university, but it's about yourself. If you want to be successful in the industry, You need to learn by yourself. You need to go further. And that's because there are so many things around that you don't know. And obviously the university is not able to teach everything because that's like impossible, but it's because about yourself. You are the only one who need to be responsible for that growth for learning new things. And I think that's very important. And that's the advice that I will give to all the people and the students especially.
Great. Marisha, do you have any messages for any and females that want to get into this industry? Because we know it is quite a male-dominated industry. Why did you want to get into it? And how have you found it?
For me, it was people around me when I chose IT. People around me were like really getting into this industry, and obviously it was just like more the male dominant rather than female students. Especially in my class when I was doing my undergrad, we were only 3 girls and there were 29 boys. So it was basically a male dominated course. But the way I see it is that you're in an industry that's never going to die. Like, you're never going to be out of job. There's always new research coming up. There's always something new coming up. And of course, like, there is a lot of flexibility around the job that you do. You might be getting work from home as well. And there is a lot of learning curve to it, and it pays really well too. So yeah.
That's a big one. Actually, opening up for all 3 of you now, what are the careers? When you finish studying computing and IT, where do you think it will take students to? So, Haifeng, if you want to start.
Thanks, Bill. I think so. People often think that if I have an IT degree and I have to work in an IT company, right? And that's not the case. I think I have to say that IT is based everywhere, in finance, banking, health, education. Everywhere IT is there. So when you have an IT degree, you basically can work in any sector you like. And of course, if you are really into that IT industry, then you can work in IT industry such as Google, Apple, those things, developing, for example, AI algorithms. But that's not the only way. There are so many choices you can do. And with your IT degree, there are many opportunities ahead of you. And I think that is the message I want to share with everyone. And also, I want to echo what Jonathan said. At the university, we teach foundation skills. We teach the latest development, but doesn't mean that you have everything you need for your future work. You will still need to learn new things. When you get to the workplace, right, you need to learn new skills, learn what is happening in this company. There are also things, lifelong learning experience is very important for IT. Thank you.
Great, that's awesome. Jonathan, you've been in the industry a long time now. And you also developed your own software company, was it back in Colombia? Yeah. So you've sort of been on both sides. Can you also explain, like, on the back of what Haifeng was saying, all those different careers that people can get into, and as I said, you created your own software company, and then now you're working for another company. Can you explain the differences there?
Yeah, of course. Well, now actually I'm also running my own business. It's a software company as well. That's on my part-time. I'm trying to do that because I understood the importance of not just doing like a 9-to-5 job, but also following your dreams. So that's why I decided to do that in that way. It's quite tough, but it's the way that I grow as a person. And as you mentioned, there are so many ways that you can work in the IT world. It's not only on software companies, but there are so many ways that you can contribute and you can learn and you can grow as a person, as a professional. For me, being an employee at the moment gives me the opportunity to to take mistakes, and also to grow and to learn from others, and not only from my team members, but also from the founder, the CEO. There are a lot of people around that can give you a lot of information about the technology, about the IT world. So being in that startup world can give me opportunity to learn more, and at the same time to run my own business at the moment. And when I was back in Colombia, it was quite different as well, because I was, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to do it everything by yourself at the beginning, and that sort of soft skills are so important as well. So I will say this is an encouragement for everyone that, yeah, IT is like so big and you can work and you can do so many things around. And it's not about just software companies, it's about everything. Everything that's around us is about technology, which is great. And there is a lot of opportunities for that.
Yeah, I think when we say that phrase, computing and IT, that is such a large umbrella that covers just such a multitude of careers and industries. Marisha, where do you hope to see yourself?
Definitely, like working in the industry and knowing more and researching more about it. Like Jonathan was adding up, like it's not just, you are not restricted to just a 9 to 5. Like it's an ever-growing industry, so you can do a lot for yourself and build something for yourself and get a knowledge out of it and learn from people around you. So I would see myself like working on it, researching on it, and trying to really up my knowledge and skill, because right now whatever technology is going on at the moment might not be the best. After 3 years there might be something better coming up, right? So you always have to update yourself with it. So it's a really nice industry to be in, especially if you want to be more creative, learn yourself, and then learn from people around you. You're not restricted to just one job title. Like there's so much more that you can do. So yeah.
Fantastic. We're getting very close to the end here, but so I'm going to give the last word to Haifeng. What would be one of the best pieces of advice you could give to any aspiring computing IT student sitting in the room today?
There's only one word I want to share with everyone is you need to have a passion in this industry. And if you believe in that IT is the area that you want to pursue, then you have to, be persuaded and then just do everything that you can to achieve your goal.
That's great. So as I said, we do have a couple of minutes left. So do we have any questions in the room? The panel will be available afterwards as well to answer if you're more comfortable talking one-on-one. But if you'd like to stick your hand up and ask for any questions. Yes.
Jonathan mentioned those soft skills like entrepreneurship and teamwork and that sort of thing. What opportunities does Southern Cross give students to learn those sorts of things? What sort of things? Is there placement programs? Is it their project work where people work in teams? How does that all sort of work to gain those skills while you're learning the IT side?
Certainly. Haifeng, I'll probably put that over to you or Marisha.
Yeah, I think I can definitely speak on this. So with the program, the way it is designed and the way the course is designed, you do get an option to do a placement or an internship. But rather than that, you more so get more knowledge from the way these assessments are structured. So you have assessments that you do on your own, and there are assessments that you do on group and on with people. So that really teaches you a lot, like patience and the way to deal with people. And it puts you on a spot where you have to be in a group with people you don't even like, there might be from other classes. So it really helps to build your soft skills as you're going with the degree. There are exams and there are quizzes as well. But the way these assessments are designed and the way that you do it, there are a mix of practical and theoretical. So I think it really helped me personally to build up all of these skills for me.
Great. And I think that was one of the benefits of the 6-week model too, isn't it? Because there is all that interaction.
Definitely. So the way these assessments are built and the way, and especially with the tutors and the lecturers that you study with, it's not like you just see them on the class. They're always there for you. So even if you have any specific questions, they are always there to help you from email or do a meeting with you. So with the class sizes and the structures that we have, I think those interactions are really better, and it teaches you more and it gives you all the soft skills you need.
Any other questions out there? Yes.
I would really like to know in terms of like whether we jump straight into the degree.
So that question, I think there are different things. The university course, I know that is not only the skills you have learned during the course, but also that degree, right? So you can do, if your objective is not to get a degree, but you learn the skills, there are so many ways you can learn. The short courses, micro credentials, there are many things you can do online. You can get industry certificates by doing those things, but it's a degree whether you want. If you want the degree, then you know. And also, I want to say another thing is, these are not conflicting goals. You can do both. So basically that at the moment we are reviewing a course to embed industry certificates like Microsoft certificates. So during the course, those certificates are embedded into our courses. So when you graduate, you not only have the degree, you also have the certificates. Yeah.
Very good. Any other questions? No? Well, thank you very much. I hope you all got a lot out of that. Thanks.